Hello, my friends, and wherever you are out there, I hope you're having a great day or a great evening. And today, what I want to talk about is I want to talk about Principle 5, living on purpose. And as you know, these principles I speak about are to help you to walk away from your job and to do what you love, to find your purpose. However, these principles can also be used for any area in your life. It can be used if you just want to find your purpose in general. So, yeah, these principles can be used any aspect of your life. However, I'm mainly sharing these principles because I want to share with you the principles I've used to realize that doing a 9-to-5 job isn't worth it, and to find your purpose. And I found my purpose. So I want to share with you the principles to help you to find your purpose. And today, I'm talking about Principle 5. Making a choice. Just deciding to go after your dreams. And you may say, Chris, I don't get it. Why is this Principle 5? Wouldn't that be Principle 1? Wouldn't that be the first thing you do when you decide to go after your purpose? Wouldn't you make a choice first to go after your dreams, Chris? I don't understand. That should be number 1. Why is that number 5? Let me tell you the reason behind that. Because I've seen a lot of so-called gurus, a lot of so-called leaders in the personal development space will say, oh, go after your dreams. Just jump into it. But here's the thing, my friends. You've got to build the foundations. Why? Why have I made this Principle 5 instead of Principle 1? Because I know what it's like to jump into it without having built the foundations. And that was what held me up. You see, I made Principle 5 Principle 1. And I realized, wait a sec, before you go after your dreams, before you make a choice and just decide, you need to build some foundations in place. You see, it's all well and good to go after your dreams, but always remember this line. Why is it a lot of people don't succeed with their dreams? Why is it they've got motivation? Like a perfect example, imagine a personal development seminar or conference, 5 days. You go in, you're pumped, you're ready to take on the world, you're ready to achieve what you need to achieve. Then after those 5 days, suddenly the music stops, the lights stop, and then suddenly you lose motivation. And then someone asks you, well, what happened about your dream? Oh, I'm not interested in it now. Why? Because their reasons for not doing it became greater than their reasons for doing it. So why did that happen? Why did they lose motivation? You would say, yeah, but they made a choice to go after their dreams. That should be enough. No. If you don't build these first 4 principles, you will not have a strong enough reason to keep going. You see, if you don't know your gift, Principle 1, identify and live in your gift. Number 2, if you don't know your worth. Number 3, if you don't have a burning desire. And number 4, if you don't have a powerful why. Just imagine this. You don't know your gift, you don't know your worth, you don't have a burning desire, and you don't have a powerful why. You tell me, how are you going to be able to keep going? You don't have an internal reason bigger than yourself to keep you going. So that is why I've made this Principle 5, because those first 4 principles must be achieved before you can make a decision to go after your dreams. Because if you don't know what your gift is and haven't identified it, how are you going to pursue it? You need to know your gift, need to identify it. What if you don't know your worth? How are you going to inspire others to connect with their worth? And what if you don't have a burning desire or a powerful why? How are you going to inspire others to find theirs if you don't have your own? So that is why I've made this principle 5. So what is this principle 5? It's about now making the choice. You've built the foundations of the first 4 principles to live on purpose. Now you're ready to make a choice. Now you're ready to go after your dreams. So let me share a story with you. And once upon a time, there was a master, and he had a young student, and his student said to the master, it said, Master, I want to go after my dreams. I want to pursue it, Master. And the master said, that's great. You want to go after your dreams. And the student said to the master, he said, Master, what do I need to know to go after my dreams? And the master said, I'm going to give you some tips. And the master said, there's no perfect moment, my son. There's no perfect moment. And the student said, what do you mean, Master? He said, so many people in life wait for that perfect moment to go after their dreams. So many people wait and say, oh, I'll go after my dreams once I have the money, once I have the house, or I'll go after my dreams when I'm in a perfect job. They're always waiting for that right moment to go after their dreams. And when you wait for that right moment, the master said, that moment will never come. That moment will pass you by. And before you know it, your dream would have passed you by too, my son. And so he said to the student, he said, never wait for that perfect moment. The student said, so Master, if I don't wait for the perfect moment, what do I need to know when the time is right to go after my dreams? And the master goes, my son, do you know your gift? Have you identified what your gift is? And the student goes, no, I know I'm passionate about this. And the master goes, no, son. There's a difference between passion and gift. He said, passion is something you've got to learn. He said, however, a gift is something you're born with. A gift is something you don't need to do anything. You inspire people just as soon as you start doing your gift. The master said you've got a music in you, that the minute you start playing, you inspire everyone around you to connect with their music and to play their own music. He said, you got to identify and live in your gift. He said, that's the first thing. And then he said, son, he said, do you know your worth? And the student goes, no, Master, I know my worth based on what other people have told me. And the master goes, no. He said, you can't base your worth on other people's opinions. He said, my son, you got to know your worth. And then he asked him, he said, do you have a burning desire? And the student goes, I kind of have a desire. And the master goes, no. Do you have a burning desire that drives you no matter what? And the student goes, no. I just have a kind of desire. And the master goes, no. I need you to find your burning desire. When you found your burning desire, come see me. And then he asked him, he said, fourth thing I want to ask you, do you have a powerful why? And he said, do you have a bigger reason than yourself? And the student goes, no. He said, no, Master, I don't. He said, until you find a bigger reason than yourself, a bigger thing driving you internally, he said, you will never have a why that will keep you going through the darkest times. And so the master said to the student, he said, my son, when you have those 4 principles in place, then you're ready to embrace principle 5. And so the student went away and he really connected with these 4 principles. And so he harnessed these 4 principles. He built the foundations and he went back to the master and he said, Master, I've mastered the 4 principles. And the master goes, great, my son. Now let's start working on the 5th principle. And he said, the 5th principle is now you make a choice. Now you decide. And the student goes, why is that so important to make a choice, to decide? And the master goes, because you will reclaim your power. He said, if you wait for a perfect moment, if you hold off on going after your dreams because other people have told you, you don't have what it takes, my son, then you're giving your power away. You're not reclaiming your power. And he said, my son, if you make a choice, you just decide to go after your dreams no matter what, that's when you reclaim your power. Because there is no perfect moment, he said, my son. He said, the past is already written. The future isn't written yet. The future is based on what you do now. He said, so my son, what are you prepared to do now? And the student goes, I'm prepared to go after my dreams, master. I'm prepared to play my music to the world. I'm prepared to show the world what a true champion is. And the master goes, that's so great, my son. You're ready to go after your dreams. You're ready to embrace the moment. You're ready to make a choice now instead of waiting for that perfect moment. And the student goes, Master, for me to achieve going after my dreams, about making a choice, what do I need to be aware of? And the master goes, when you make a choice to go after your dreams, when you make a choice, now is the moment, and you decide to go after it with all your heart, the master said this. The master has a message for the student, and so I have a message for you. And this message is from the master. The master said, if you are prepared to go after your dreams, if you're prepared to make that choice now, to go after it, he said, let me warn you. So, let me warn you. There are going to be haters that are going to try to discourage you. There are going to be haters that are going to say, nah, you don't have what it takes. Why don't you go back to a 9-to-5 job? You're different. The master said, as I'm saying now, you've got to have the courage to go after your dreams, because people are going to say, oh, you've changed. You're not the same person I knew before. Oh man, you got to have the courage. You got to have the courage to go after your dreams, because there's going to be people that are going to attempt to discourage you. There's going to be people that are going to hate on you for no reason. So what you got to do is you got to block the haters out. You got to block the noise out. And that is how you go after your dreams. You go after your dreams. You decide to make the choice now to go after it. Let me give you a little tactic, a little mechanism I use to keep me going after my dreams. You see, I block out the haters. I block out the noise. And I want to share with you a story I heard about blocking out the noise. Now, there was this movie, and it was about Jesse Owens. And at that time, racism was very bad. And he was it working on his dreams of competing and running in the Olympics. And as he was getting ready he was doing practicing. As he was practicing, there were these white players, gridiron players, NFL players, and they started insulting him. They started saying, "Oh, Jesse, why don't you go back to the jungle where you belong? Why don't you start swinging from the rafters like the monkey you are?" And so they did this for a bit, and then Jesse and the rest of his running mates, he went back to the locker room, and his coach said something to him. And this is what I want to say, and this is my message to you from the coach. If you want to block out the noise, the coach said it perfectly. And the coach said to Jesse, he said, "Jesse, I've got a question for you." And Jesse said, "What's that question, coach?" He said, "I want to know why you got distracted by a couple of monkeys, by a couple of gorillas." He said, "If you're going to let a couple of gorillas disturb you, Jesse," he said, "you're going to get distracted all the time." And so the coach said, "Jesse, you got to learn to block out the noise." He said, "That is all people's negativity is. It's just noise." He said, "People are going to love you or they're going to hate you, no matter what." And he said, "There's nothing you can do about it." He said, "However, you can block out the noise of the haters, because that's all it is. It's just noise, Jesse." And that's what I'm gonna say to you, to all you speakers, champions. You've chosen speaking as your message to light up the world. And you may have come across on your journey, people may be knocking your speaking dreams. I got put down so much about my speaking. I didn't have what it takes. I got called racial terms. I've dealt with racism. I've been put down left, right, and center by all the haters that try to tell me I don't have what it takes to be a speaker. So let me warn you, people are gonna love you or they're gonna hate you. And sometimes they hate you for no reason. You've got to block out the noise. You got to rise above their negativity. You got to rise above their hate. You got to go after your dreams no matter what. Because I'll tell you this, if you're going to let their hate get to you, you're giving your power away to them. And they're going to play with your emotions. They're going to press the button anytime they want. No. You block out the noise. Whatever anyone says or does is a reflection of where they are at in life. So if you've made a choice to go after your dreams, you block out the noise and you hold your head high. You hold your head high and you show the world who you are, because you are a champion and you are a true speaker. So you show the world what a true speaker is, because I believe in each and every one of you. And that is principle 5. You make a choice to go after your dreams and you block out the haters. And you will change the world, because you will show them how a true leader does it. So, if you need help with principle 5, if you need help with blocking out the haters, then reach out to me. Send me a PM and I will work with you and I will help you block out the haters and you rising above it. However, never let the haters stop you from reaching out to me. You all have a gift. You all have a music to play. It's time to play your music instead of letting the haters play it for you. Namaste. Thank you so much.